Today's top stories. Major powers are still hoping for a, quote, concrete and positive answer to an incentives package offered to Iran in June, but they may mull more sanctions if talks yield no progress, Germany said today. A German Foreign Ministry spokesman said, quote, a substantial offer from the EU is on the table. We are still in talks with Iran to receive a concrete and we hope positive response to this offer. This has until now been lacking. But Germany did not rule out the possibility of a fourth round of sanctions, saying that if talks yield no progress, the Security Council would, quote, become more relevant again. EU Foreign Policy Chief Javier Solana said today that the two tracks in dealing with Iran, negotiations and sanctions, remained open, but noted that talks have made little progress. Officials from the six powers are meeting today in Washington, ahead of meetings next week by foreign ministers on the sidelines of the United Nations General Assembly in New York. North Korea announced today that it had begun work to restore its nuclear reactor at Yongbyon, a signal that it was stepping away from a nuclear disarmament agreement it reached with the six powers, including the United States, in exchange for much-needed energy aid. North Korean Foreign Ministry official Hyun Hangbong said today, quote, we are making thorough preparations to restore nuclear facilities, adding, quote, you may say we have already started work to restore them to their original status. Pyongyang says the U.S. has failed to honor its commitment to remove North Korea from its list of state sponsors of terror as a part of a disarmament agreement. Washington has said North Korea must allow snap inspections as a precondition of being removed from the blacklist. But Hyun Hakbong today rejected that demand. Stocks opened higher and oil prices rose today after U.S. Treasury Secretary Henry Paulson and Federal Reserve Chairman Ben Bernanke met congressional leaders last night to discuss what may be the biggest intervention in financial markets since the 1930s. The series of programs aim to curb the financial crisis which has affected markets around the world and has led to the falling of some of Wall Street's biggest names. The measures include a system to take bad assets off the balance sheets of financial companies and the creation of a federal insurance for money market mutual funds, similar to the protection that safeguards bank deposits. Additionally, the Securities and Exchange Commission today temporarily halted the short selling of financial stocks, following similar moves by the UK. U.S. Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice said yesterday that the United States and its European allies must stand up to Russian bullying. Russia's decision to invade neighboring Georgia in a dispute over the breakaway Georgian regions of South Ossetia and Abkhazia represent a dark turn in Russia's development in the post-Soviet era. Rice said, adding, quote, the United States and Europe must stand up to this kind of behavior, and to all who champion it. Today, Russian President Dmitry Medvedev said he did not want disputes with the West to push Russia behind a new Iron Curtain, but he blamed NATO for provoking the conflict in Georgia. These stories and more at IranVNC.com.